Washington scribe, a rare Washington scribe, as a matter of fact, who works on a Friday night and thus gets the juiciest scoops from the news dumps. Niall, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Leland.
Try to be fair and accurate during these opens, during the whole show, as a matter of fact. Did I get anything wrong in that thought?
Not as far as I'm aware. I think it is a very arcane procedure, this thing called reconciliation, which is why there are these economic arguments being made that this immigration move will affect the federal budget, as you said.
I guess the question would be, how much of this is by political necessity for the White House because they don't have 60 votes in the Senate, and how much of it's political expediency because they can have everybody arguing over $3.5 trillion and make a change to the immigration laws of America that we haven't seen since Ronald Reagan?
Well, I mean, I think that last point is a great point. I think there have been various attempts, as you're well aware, Leland, to change the immigration system, and they have almost all foundered. I mean, George W. Bush, when he was president, tried to reform the immigration system. The problem is it is a very politically difficult thing to do. The Democratic Party has for a long time promised a kind of liberalizing reform. It didn't get that done on a wide scale under President Obama, so now they're trying this maneuver to do it this time around.
It comes as we see the video that we're watching right now, which is this massive group of Haitian refugees, we understand, that are under a bridge now waiting for processing in Texas. This is how Ted Cruz describes that situation. Take a listen.
This is a disaster, and it is a man-made disaster. It is the result of political decisions, and Joe Biden could end this tomorrow by simply following the law.
We're going to get to the bridge issue in a minute, but nothing happens in a vacuum. Is it easier or harder to push through these 8 million green cards with the bridge situation and the pictures from the southern border that we're seeing?
Oh, I think there's no question that it's harder. I think any time when Americans feel that their border is not under control, immigration reform is more difficult. Liberalizing immigration is more difficult. I think for the majority of voters, yes, there has been a shift over time toward a more overall liberal position in immigration, but that doesn't mean that people are amenable to this kind of change when they're looking at the scenes of chaos that you just showed, or when they're seeing overall illegal border crossings at about a 20-year high.
Yeah, we should state that this $3.5 trillion bill is really on life support. We've reported on that all week. How much does the White House, Democrats on Capitol Hill, Republicans on Capitol Hill, view this immigration change, these 8 million green cards, as a bargaining chip versus a must-have?
You know, I think that the White House would like to get this done somehow, but would they let, you know, the whole $3.5 trillion fall apart over this? I think no chance. What the Biden administration is focused on above all is the smaller infrastructure bill and this larger package. They know they are going to have to give up some bargaining chips to pass what will end up being less than $3.5 trillion. And I think immigration is one of the things that could be used for negotiation purposes, honestly.
Now, you can imagine Republicans are going to use this to beat the White House up. Niall, thanks so much. Great conversation. We'll continue to read your reporting in the Hill.
Thanks, Leland.
All right. Back to this monster crisis.